A famed Ethiopian musician has been rediscovered by a recording label in the United States. The organist was a star of the Ethiopian music scene for over 3 decades before dropping off the musical map altogether. CCTV's Daniel Renchez has our story.
It's a typical scene in the suburbs of the US capital. Hailu, meriya is one of hundreds of Ethiopians who've chosen to be taxi drivers because you can be your own boss and decide your own hours.
If you need a ride to Washington Dulles International Airport and you get inside this cab, you probably have no idea that the man driving you there is a famous musician in Ethiopia and increasingly here in the West.
But for many years, Hailu meriya's only audience has been the occasional Ethiopian customer who remembered the good old days.
They recognized my name and then they will ask me, "Are you Hailu meriya?" Was the one who play organ. I said yes. And then they ask me sometimes if I have some CDs in my car that I can play for them. Most of the time I have it, so I'll play for them. They will be happy.
Famous in the 1960s, 70s and 80s, Hailu meriya dropped off the musical scene in the early 90s, but he kept playing just for himself as he waited for the next fair. But recently, the head of a New York-based record label, Awesome Tapes from Africa, Brian Shimkovitz, was shuffling through some old tapes in a store during a trip to Ethiopia and heard this 1985 album. Celebrated in Ethiopia, but virtually unknown elsewhere. Now, Hailu is practicing more at home for sell-out concert tours thanks to a new hipster audience, hungry for his unique blend of American funk and soul mixed up with traditional Ethiopian sounds.
Now, I switch from that kind of crowd, from most of the Ethiopian crowds. Now I switch to, European crowd or American crowd. So that's a big change in my life.
The record company has now released the 1976 classic album Che Belu, where he played with the Walius band, which originally brought him to fame. So at the age of 68, Hailu is reveling in a remarkable international comeback, thanks to a chance discovery in a record store. Daniel Renchez, CCTV in Fort Washington, Maryland.